friends, family, everyone else in between to the final credits. This time we're doing things a little melancholy now. We're taking it slow. We're taking it easy. We're gonna drink this one in because we are talking about Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves. This has been at the top of my most anticipated movie for the year 2023. I understand it's only March. I understand that, but this is very near and dear to my heart. I've been playing this game since I was fresh out of fresh into college, and we saw it. And in my grim prediction, if you haven't seen it already, check that out. It's a short video. It's okay. You got plenty of time to watch it. It's fine. It's okay. We got time. I essentially said it would be a very good action movie to the ones who aren't really into Dungeons and Dragons. You just want a nice fantasy flick. That's fine. That's great. To everyone who does know about it, you will be pointing out certain things here, there, down there, everywhere. And I gotta say, for what we got, I thought it was pretty good. Is it going to win an Academy Award? Is it going to win a Golden Globe? Absolutely not. But at the same time, for what we got for the majority, a very good popcorn flick. How about you guys? What do you guys think?
So they had a lot to think about with this movie, right? I feel like they were treading a tightrope. They had to play it safe in a lot of areas. I enjoyed it. So like, I'm one of those people that fall into that category you mentioned that like, I'm not a well-versed D&D fan. You're just getting me into it for the first time. So obviously I went into it pretty much cold turkey. I enjoyed it. It was a good popcorn flick, like you said. It felt like they were trying to capture that, MCU, like, Marvel, DC type of action, lighthearted type of flick. It was fun.
You mean like Ragnarok?
Oh, no.
Yes.
Here we go.
Link to that video in the description too, if you want to see what Spade is talking about there.
Oh, no.
Why?
No, but it was well, I will say I made this joke before that it was a better Thor movie than Thor: Love and Thunder. I'll give it that. The tightrope that I'm talking about though is that on one side there are people like BigGrim. They are the dedicated fans. They've been waiting for this movie for such a long time. They see every little detail. They get noise complaints in the theater for it because they just have to shout out everything that they see.
Quick spoiler. I almost got us kicked out of our theater. I apologize to absolutely no one.
We had a strike one laid down on us by the very polite waitress. It was all right, but yeah,
she was very kind.
We all kind of turned to BigGrim. We were like, "That's you." But no, so like there on that side, there are people, viewers like that. They know like all the fine details, and then on the other side of the tightrope, there are the guys like me, the people like me, the ones who don't know this, D&D. They don't know all the details like that. They're eager to see it. They're there. They paid for the ticket. They're going to enjoy it too. So they had to play it like really safe in the middle to capture both of those audiences. And I think they did achieve what they were going for with it. I do see this at least getting a sequel. I don't know if we're going to be getting like a D&D verse of a series of movies. Maybe not. But it was definitely a very good first round for them. I'm rooting for you guys. BigGrim, I'm on your side with this. I want to see, another big franchise movie alongside Star Wars and
see you, Johnny.
Marvel.
I recognize you.
So
you have my back
like
now. I'll have your back in Mario. I promise.
You're gonna enjoy Mario too. Come on, you're gonna be right there with me, pointing out the music and all that stuff too.
All right, and to be fair, we got a little side bet. Who's gonna get us kicked out first? Obviously, I lost my wager, but let's see if Johnny gets us kicked out in the Super Mario movie.
Yeah, now I know like what the threshold is, the noise threshold.
Don't do what I did.
I'll do my best. I'll do my best. Can't make any promises though.
So he says.
Side note, it was very cool to attend my first ever early screening / advanced screening of a movie. Never did that before. Thank you for tickets. Maybe I'm a few notches above Johnny 64, but it definitely, I'm still on the outside looking in, still learning the culture and the aspects of it. But this was definitely a good foundation piece to start a franchise in the movies, at least. I enjoyed it as a good action adventure. Out of 10, Spade's probably gonna shake his head at me. I would say 7.5 out of 10. I love the casting. Uh, Hugh Grant as one of the villains, the sleazy villain. He was so good in his role.
I agree.
Once scene stealer Michelle Rodriguez, she was really good.
Shockingly, I did
Yeah.
not expect her to be that good. She was phenomenal in this, truly.
They definitely had the star power from with the two leads and Chris Pine and Michelle with the franchises they're from, Star Trek, Fast, etc. They killed it. Justice Smith as one. Uh, he had a great arc. That could arguably be the best part of the movie. But Hugh Grant, even though he didn't have as much screen time as the lead, but he was great as the con man villain. I mean, he did
No,
a
they picked
great
the
job.
right guy for the role. They definitely picked the right.
They definitely did.
Absolutely.
I don't think anybody, like any of the actors or actresses, phoned it in. I think they really took their roles to heart, and they had just as much fun being those characters as fun as it was to watch them be those characters in the movie. So yeah, I got it. It was a movie with just good vibes all around. It was lighthearted. You felt good watching. It's fun. It was good. I would give it a 7 out of 10 though, instead of 7.5.
All right, that's fair. Spade, why don't you chime in and ruin my fun?
Okay, so as the guy who is literally going to go in there and shit on this movie from beginning to end and everything in between,
I hate you so much, but go on.
I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I know I was fucking around with you that day after we walked out of the theater, but truly I did enjoy the movie, and I know I gave it a 5 to you that day, but realistically, a 7 is a legit
I'll take it. Yeah,
score that I would give for that movie.
Yeah,
and the
we
reason,
all liked it.
And the reason why is because it shocked me how, like I said in the short that we did, it was literally watching Lord of the Rings with the humor from Ragnarok. I'm not changing my mind on that. Okay. That is in fact what it is. But it's the fact that you're going on this whole quest. Yeah, there was some sort of comedy here and there. I mean, the directors of the movie is the directors from Gate Night. So I could understand why they put the humor in there and everything.
Well, if I may, just for like a second, okay? And I'm sorry, I'm reaching into my bag of nerd real quick, and I'm pulling out my D&D knowledge.
We love it. Go ahead.
I don't know everything, so don't rules lure me on this one, guys. But at the same time, this was a very good representation of a good D&D campaign, because I'm even looking, I'm like, okay, like you're going from like this part to this part to this part for like no reason, but then I realized, oh my goodness, no, this is just a D&D campaign. You need to get this thing to get to that thing. You need these side quests to do these certain things, and honestly, I'm just happy we didn't get a party full of murder hobos, because that's exactly what D&D is also too. Just a bunch of guys, sometimes they want to get together and they just want to kill everything in sight, rob all the gold, and say, hooray for me, and to hell with everyone else. But
now,
we actually Yes.
Let me jump in on that really quick, because I will, like, everything that you just said is, like, I think the main, not the problem with this movie, because it did it right for the fans, but the main hurdle that it really needs to jump if it wants to be as popular as, like, the other big adventure franchises out there, is just that everything you said just now, I have no idea what basically you were referring to. And this was the issue the real issue that I found while I was watching this movie, is that it's fun to watch.
Well, it didn't help that he kept doing this every single time. Oh my God!
Well, that's the thing.
It's the. I felt like I was watching a meme going back and forth, because that's what we were doing. And the whole time, the lady has to come up and say, "Excuse me, sir, but you have to please lower your voice, because people are complaining that you're making too much noise." Like
I would argue I really
you
did.
were excited, but it was a little too much that day.
No, but that's the point that I'm making, is that, like, I was, he was. Thankfully, I had a guy like him next to me that I could recognize when something big would pop up on screen. But like a kid would go to his parents and say, "Hey, I want to watch the new Spider-Man movie or the new Star Wars movie." They know what they're getting into. Dungeons and Dragons, if they're new to it, they're not gonna. Maybe they would be like, "Oh, this looks like a cool movie. My friends are watching it." Like, but they'll watch it with like their parents or their other friends, like younger people. And they're not going to get everything that they see, or they're not going to get much of anything that they see. And if they don't, I feel like this movie tends to look generic as a result. Because if you don't know what the references are, this is just, okay, hey, here's a typical looking paladin or a typical looking bard, or just this, here's another type of European Lord of the Rings Hobbit-esque type of setting. Like it doesn't really separate itself visually, you know what I mean? So if you're not like knowledgeable in that stuff, then I think that's the issue that this franchise is going to run into when it tries to like get when it wants to be as popular as something else like that. So that was really the only issue that I had.
No, I get that. I understand that. What's up?
Let me throw this question at you. Do you want to explain your excitement? Do you want to explain your excitement for a certain cameo towards the end of the movie?
Oh my goodness gracious! Okay, so, and this is even before like I even heard of this cameo, because I only heard of this recently. If there are any fans out there of the show Critical Role, there was a rumor that we were going to see Vox Machina cameoed in here. Vox Machina is the name of the adventuring party in Critical Role. Again, I only heard this rumor in passing once. It obviously didn't happen, or I completely missed it. But a couple of days before, I did see a picture floating around on the internet of the cast of the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon from the late 80s, and that they will probably be in here. And sure enough, as God made apples, we see them in the last bit of the movie. And it wasn't even like, oh, if you blink, they're gone. No, they were prominent. I pointed out to these guys, and I'm like, guys, look at the thing! Look at the thing! Oh my God! And, thank God no one saw, basically, that's what I was doing halfway throughout the entire movie. Again, I apologize to no one in particular, but it was so nice to see just a cameo, a throwback like that, and it literally just warmed my heart that we got some recognition for the OG fans.
Happy for you, BigGrim.
Thank you.
That's all I can say.
Thank you so much. It's fine. Don't worry. It's fine. I'm good. I lit up
watching you watch the movie was the real experience for the three of us.
Listen, I'm gonna be completely honest. I may or may not have been a meme for 2 hours.
Hey, I only wish you got it on video.
Listen, that's your guys' fault, and there's no video evidence up there. Y'all messed up.
Clearly.
But yeah, no. So overall,
security footage.
Oh, something else we actually really need to discuss with this too. Not even as just like a fan of Dungeons and Dragons, but a fan of movies. Not only did we get CGI effects, which did look for the most part very nice. I believe it was Johnny who pointed out towards the end we may have had like a green screen go wrong or something like that. Like someone was going green for a hot second.
There's a close up with Justice Smith. Everybody watching, if you're watching this movie, there's a close up near the end when certain characters going through a certain thing. I won't say what it is, but there's a close up, and I could swear I saw like the green fade around.
Prove us right or prove us wrong when you see the movie.
Yeah.
But to my point, though, we did get a couple of those effects. What got me really excited is, everyone, we got practical effects again. We actually got what appeared to be people in costume with like monster molds and everything, and it just looked great. The puppetry about it. Listen, I will always say the best kind of effects are where CGI and practical come together, make a happy little marriage, and everyone is happy in between. And it just meshed so well with certain parts of this.
Agreed.
Guys, I think I need another cigarette after this. My God. And I'm not a smoker, but whew!
Marvel, take notes.
Yes. Oh my God, take notes, please. But overall, I thought this movie was great. I thought it was definitely a 7 to 8 out of 10 for me personally. My most anticipated movie of the year did not disappoint me personally, and let's just see if my grim prediction again comes true. So, guys, overall, I think that's it that we have to say. Unless I'm missing something, am I missing
The fight
anything?
scenes. The
Yes!
fight scenes were amazing.
Oh, the
They were.
choreography!
They really
my God.
were.
Surprisingly, the
choreography.
fight scenes were great because going into the movie, when I saw the little clips in the trailers and everything, I was like, oh man, it's going to be so bad. And then all of a sudden you're like, wait, what? And for some odd reason, I don't know about you guys, but did it look like Michelle Rodriguez was a bit jacked in this movie?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Oh,
Yep,
she
Michelle
had
Rodriguez
guns.
representing Barbarians absolutely well.
Mhm.
Hell
So-
yeah, loved every bit of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So other than that,
All right, well, guys, that's how
Solid
we
film.
think of Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. Let us know what you think. Go see the movie. Support the movie. Support the movie. If we want more, you gotta see it, okay? Let us know what you guys think down below. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that fun stuff. Until then, roll credits.
Roll credits.
We're out.
Roll credits.